As I said, email is not secure. Email itself can be intercepted fairly easily, and you also don't know about the security on the end of the person receiving it. They could be sitting in Starbucks and have their Gmail account open and leave the laptop there unlocked and go to the bathroom, and suddenly you got a breach. That person's PII has been captured by someone else just sitting in a coffee shop. Also, believe it or not, this may come as a surprise to a lot of people, but email is not reliable. It's not a very sure way of delivering information. There's, getting technical for a second, there's no low-level protocol check to make sure that that email is delivered. In other words, the computer that sends the email doesn't know for sure that it got delivered to who it was supposed to go to. There's also spam filters that may or may not capture an email you're sending, so you don't know if your email got through because it could have gotten picked up by a spam filter. And there's also phishing, as I mentioned earlier, which is an attempt by people committing fraud to get you to reveal information or send them money or whatnot. So it can make it look like you received an email from a person you know, when in fact it wasn't from that person at all. Some of these free email services such as Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, there's a lot of users on those systems, so it's a bigger opportunity for hackers. So there's more people trying to hack them. They're just bigger targets. So you got to be careful with those. It's funny. Recently, Andy got one of these phishing emails from an advisor that he knew that basically said the advisor was in London and got mugged and needed some money. And Andy knew this advisor to be maybe a little quirky, and wasn't out of the realm of possibility that the email was real. So Andy, who's pretty knowledgeable, pretty technically savvy, was even close to being fooled by this phishing attempt. And it turns out that this advisor's Gmail account had been compromised. Gmail actually had this incident recently where a good number of their accounts were compromised due to weak passwords. And I'll talk a little bit later more about how you can make your password strong so you're not subject to that kind of infiltration. So we've got a few questions about PDFs with passwords and how secure is that. It's better than just emailing a PDF without a password, but PDF files, there's lots of what are called APIs or programming tools to manipulate PDF documents, and some of those may let technical person, a developer, get access to the contents of the file without the password. I mean, I have to verify that, but I'm fairly sure that's the case.
Well, but even so, Jim, I would think that if it gets into the wrong hands, because in sending an email, that email is bouncing to many servers on the internet, and that's why email is not secure. So if the document is encrypted,
right.
Then
I was just going to say, Acrobat, Adobe provides an encryption feature, which if you combine that with password protection, I believe that is secure.
Yeah, that's the right way to do it. But doing that one at a time is it's going to take some time, and also you really want to make it so that your clients can get at these documents on demand and keep them in a secure place. And some of them may not, so you want to help protect them. And so in some ways, by using a product like AdvisorVault, that'll actually make it more secure because they won't have it downloaded locally, and also you're not sending it over the internet, and it's on a secure place.
Sure.
Some other questions there, Jim?
Well, people are asking, is it okay to send this PDF that's encrypted and password protected over email? I would say that it's fairly secure, but as I said earlier, email is unreliable. You don't know that it's getting there. You also you have no record that that person got that, whereas Advisor Vault and other systems like it will record who logged in and viewed what document. So you have a record that, okay, this person saw their quarterly report. Whereas if you email it to them, there's, it's a crapshoot.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could request a return receipt, a read receipt.
Mm-hmm.
So that would ensure that, in all candor, and that'll ensure. But if you're trying to create an archive where people could go back, see all of their documents, and you're the storehouse, the clearinghouse for all that information, then and you want to be able to do those processes in batch and have that integrated into a wider system, then using email is not the #1 solution perhaps for. But if you're on a tight budget, then yeah, sure, that's doable.
Mm-hmm. Some other questions here. Do you have suggestions for email encryption products? Do you have ones that are easy to install? There's a couple of different approaches to email encryption. Some of them are actually truly not email at all. They're more similar to the Vault. They just appear to be like email. And you're basically installing a program that lets you access information stored online like a Vault. It's just called encrypted email. Another approach is to have both the sender and the recipient install certificates that are basically involved in encryption and decryption on their machine. So, I'm no expert on encrypted email, but the products I've looked at are all, moderately difficult for non-technical users to get working properly.
And I would add that we're working on offering an encrypted email product.
Mm-hmm.
So we're pretty close, but we don't have the contract signed just yet.
Mm-hmm.